You know, I believe that anyone can make a positive difference in the world, great and small. I see it every day. And you don't have to be a celebrity or billionaire to do it. All you really need is the desire to use your unique gifts, talents, and passions, and then to simply begin. Hi, I'm Linda Mackey, and welcome to The Eloquent Entrepreneur, a place where I have conversations with everyday changemakers just like you. Join us and hear inspiring stories, hard-won wisdom, and discover practical tools to help you accelerate your impact. So whatever you're doing right now, listen in and prepare to be inspired. I have a very special guest today. She is the reason I'm doing this show. Her name is Adera Angelucci, and she is a light leader, brand collaborator, brand creator, women's empowerment coach. She's a go-to gal. She does everything, and this is why I'm here. And I want to introduce you to her right now because I want you to learn more about her and what she does and how she makes a difference in the world. So Adera, thank you so much for making this happen. I'm beyond words. I'm so excited to see where this goes and to work with you on my brand and my videos. She is the co-owner of SPIRO Creative with her husband, Ryan. And so tell me about your business and everything that you want everybody to know.
Oh, it's so awesome. Well, I was a little bit of a rebel growing up, and it was really difficult for me to hold down a job. And I didn't know at the time that I was meant to be an entrepreneur. I was meant to work for myself. And so once that all sort of unraveled, I met my husband during me having my first television show. And that was like my first very big dream that actually came to life. Mm-hmm. And when that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, the whole world is like full and complete. And I got my big wish, met my dream man who just so happens to be so talented behind the lens, and in storytelling. And I asked him if he wanted to join forces and open a video company where we could bring good people and good brands to life through video. And he was like, let's do it. So I think we had like $1,200 in our bank account. We spent it on equipment, and we would go and film whatever we could for whatever rate we could get. Cut to 7 years later, 2 awards, a second TV show. And then I have kind of gone off on this newer mission of really wanting to help women step in and own their light within. And what I think the light is your own deep self-expression and infusing that spirit, if you will, into your work so that you feel really soulfully led in what you get to do in the world. Because I think if everyone can liberate that light within and feel super self-expressed in what they do, could you just imagine how happy people would be? Like they get to
for sure.
live out their essence really of who they are. So, with the Kundalini training I've had and other different modalities, I'm really big on like tapping into people's spirit, but ultimately I want them to feel super confident infusing that piece of them into their business.
Well, and the reason I was drawn to you initially was because I'm like, oh my God, she's doing exactly what I want to do. Because you have your interview show that you interview people making a difference. And I was so drawn to that. Then I saw the videos that you were creating and the soul stories. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. And I love that we have that in common, that piece about self-expression, because that I'm big on.
Definitely.
Because I feel like, when I take people's pictures, I want to see them blossom. I want to see them self-express because that's what I want for myself. And so that's huge for me. And so that's part of the reason I'm doing this, because I need to self-express. So I love that we have that in common and that you are really making it happen for people. And you're also a no fluff coach. You actually make people do things. Like if you didn't push me, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So I have you to thank for that. Yes. So that's another thing that drew me to you is that you actually, collaborate with your clients. You work alongside them. You hold their hand almost and tell them what to do, because that's what I was looking for. So that's why I'm excited to work together.
Yeah, I actually wanted to segue into working with you and doing the photos because I really felt like you tapped into my essence as well when we were doing our thing, and we'll go right back to that. But I just wanted to make a note on how when I work with someone like yourself or anyone, what would happen is, sorry, I'm going to start this off again. what I noticed being in video was a lot of women would show up on camera and they wouldn't know what to say about themselves. They wouldn't know how to really express their message, and they wouldn't feel confident in what they brought to the table. And you and I think both share the same gift where we can see them like they can't even see themselves, right?
Exactly,
and we feel like it's our duty to like help bring out that part in them, right? So that's partly what I so enjoy doing is I'll meet someone and I'll see them before they can really truly see themselves. And then I want to put like, however we need to get that out, like we're doing it.
Yeah. No,
like,
I know exactly what that sweet spot when you see the person's
emerging
soul
almost.
actually come out
Yeah.
onto film and video in your case. So it
lights us up, right?
amazing. Like that's what makes it so worthwhile and so enjoyable and rewarding as a videographer, producer, director, photographer. You know, we want to help bring their story to life and their personality, their true personalities come through. And that's when it's so exciting.
And that's where like the bullshit, no bullshit coach piece comes in because of the producing and directing. It's like, no, you just said this. You wanted this to happen for yourself, or you're just saying you want this. So like, we're going to go and do it. Right. Yeah.
And together. Like, when you said that to me, I'm like, oh no, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, I can't hide anymore behind the idea of it. No, we're doing it. Yeah. Very good.
Congratulations. Not anymore. Thank you, Adera.
I love it so much.
So tell me we did a photo shoot today, and I know you wanted to do something else, and I said, let's try this. And then you were just, okay, you're a little hesitant, but tell me about your experience and how you felt and, you know, how you envision the photos, you know, working with you or what you're doing and to make a difference.
So that was really cool because I had a vision of like this, whatever picture in my mind as I do being behind a lens, right? And seeing things, and you saw something. It wasn't different necessarily. It was something else, right? And you guided and directed me, and I was coached by the other girls that were with us to just shut up and just let Linda do her thing. And I just allowed that guard to come down within me and to allow you to do your genius and your brilliance, because there's no point in me having to like direct every moment, because then you miss out on other people's gifts and skills. And I really do honor that. So, I let us do our thing, and I felt so comfortable and vulnerable and held, though, by you when we were playing in the forest, as you will. And then when you showed me the pictures, I'm not kidding you, but they were better than what I had envisioned. Yeah. And I couldn't have even seen that. Right? So when you can allow yourself to be led by somebody else, knowing that they see you, and then being able to receive that gift of what they saw, I think is the most beautiful thing in the world, really. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing what I asked.
Thank you for shutting up and taking direction. Yeah.
Well, and that's a big part of photography. You know, a lot of people think, oh, it's the photographer's job, but really it's a collaboration and it's the energy that's being fed back and forth. And so when we work together and we have a connection, and that's what I really strive for. It's like anyone can press a button, but it's really the connection that happens. And what I see, how I want my client to see, how I want them to see themselves, is really magical. So thank you so much for everything and for being here and being one of my founding guests on my new show. And, again, to my viewers, I mean, just look at this woman. She's incredible. She is an inspiration. And, you know, anything you want to do, you can do it. And I'm living proof, because I would never have thought I'd be sitting in front of a camera, and talking about this. So.
And you're so good at it. I have to say, you're really killing it. It's like a newfound talent that you didn't even know you had. Yeah. Bravo.
Well, I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave my fingerprint and leave my mark in the world. And if I can inspire others to just do one thing, even no matter how small, that's super key for me. It's no matter how small, just do it. And, you know, breathe life into your image, breathe life into your passion, breathe life into what you want to leave behind for the world.
Beautiful. So if you want to work with this wonderful human being, just go ahead and see what she's got to offer on her website, because she would love to meet you if you're doing something amazing in the world. I know that.
I would. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The Eloquent Entrepreneur, Conversations with Everyday Changemakers, and that you're feeling supercharged and inspired to make your positive impact in the world. Because one thing I know for sure is that together we can create a lasting legacy and ignite others to do the same. To learn more about The Eloquent Entrepreneur and more, visit my website at lindamackey.ca. Bye for now.